Hello friends, welcome to UGC EPG Pathshala. I'm Dr. Gargi Kaur Majumdar from Shahid Bhagat Singh Evening College, Delhi University. In this lecture, we will discuss about the concept of integrated water resource management. It is a known fact that water is one of the most vital resources for the survival of life on earth. However, even with 71% of water surrounding the earth, fresh water is a finite resource. Only 1% is available for consumable usage, that too is not equally distributed at all regions. Some places have better availability of fresh water and some lack it. Climatic variability influences the availability of water, such as extreme heat and dryness create drought conditions. Lack of precipitation causes shortage of water, etc. Shortage of fresh water along with its misuse poses great threat to sustainable water development and environment protection. Food supply, human health, welfare and overall development are dependent on land, water and natural resources. Hence, it is essential to manage the natural resources and limited fresh water sustainably. Growing population and increasing usage and pollution of water makes it imperative for countries to identify effective and durable solutions to water problems. Integrated water resource management is one such concept which essentially focuses on sustainably managing water resource. It is a systematic process of managing and monitoring the usage of water resource to achieve economic, social and environmental objectives. As defined by GWP, which is Global Water Partnership, integrated water resource management is a process which promotes the coordinated development and management of water, land and related resources in order to maximize the resultant economic and social welfare in an equitable manner without compromising the sustainability of vital ecosystems. The approach of IWRM is to integrate all sectors in decision-making process to save water resource. Water resource need to be considered as part of any other natural resources. IWRM, that is Integrated Water Resource Management, is one such concept which has been discussed, albeit differently, even before the concept was defined by GWP. Many parts of this concept has been discussed even in the first Global Water Conference in 1977 in Mar del Plata. Its strategies are related with Dublin Principle. However, it was only after Agenda 21 in 1992 that the concept was extensively discussed. IWRM system is not a one-time solution. It is a process designed to meet the following three main objectives. First, to make fresh water resource available as far as possible. Second, water should be available to all irrespective of their social and economic status. And third, water should be protected for sustainable environmental development. Now let's discuss these strategies for IWRM. Integrated water resource management is a concept based on the Dublin Statement on Water and Sustainable Development presented at World Summit in 1992 in Rio. As per the Dublin Principle, fresh water is a limited resource which is at risk of getting depleted due to overusage, demands and pollution. Thus, to save this precious resource and for sustainable development, effective water management is required. As water is required for various purposes and demand of water is always rising, the threat of water scarcity can be managed with integrated water management system. The second principle highlights the need of participatory approach. Since water is essential for all irrespective of society or economic status, the solution to water related problems should be addressed with true participation of all stakeholders. Participation by all stakeholders not only means being present in decision making, participation also means taking responsibility and acknowledging its impact. Government and decision-making bodies need to ensure presence of vulnerable section of the population in strategy development. IWRM third principle focuses on role of women. Women play important role in managing water for domestic and agricultural usages. Women safeguards usages of water. However, during decision-making process, women are often ignored. IWRM recognizes the role and importance of women in decision-making process for sustainable water management and for water-related problem analysis. Government and related authorities can assign economic, social and cultural functions or roles to men and women to ensure full participation by all. Gender equality and sustainable water management is related as participation by both genders in decision-making process and in water-related services increases the chances of achieving water sustainability. The fourth principle focused on social and economic value of water. Access to clean water and proper sanitation is the basic human right, which ought to be available to every individual at an affordable price. Recognizing water as an economically valuable good is a way towards encouraging water conservation. Putting a price on water usage can restrict wastage of water. Also, those saving water can be given incentives for water management. Past failure in effective water management is related with failure in recognizing the economic value of water. Integrated water resource management is an effective and efficient water management process which recognizes water as an integral part of every ecosystem. Quantity and quality of available water determines its usages. It is a continuous process and not a short-term approach. IWRM can be made successful by applying and adjusting management techniques depending on the given situation. Policies should be framed based on various usages of water while giving voice to all stakeholders in water management and planning. Now, let's understand IWRM Plan. Now, IWRM Plan is generally set within the political and geographical context. The basic aim of this plan is to provide for enough water for the society without compromising on the capabilities of the future generations to meet their demands. IWRM covers three main issues, mainly managing participation, building capacity, and mobilizing resources. First is the managing participation. An IWRM plan needs to be prepared with participation of all stakeholders to avoid any disruption due to changing government or leadership in future. Participation from key ministries, namely finance, environment and economic planning, is important for smooth decision making. A plan needs to be realistic and should be made keeping different demands of different stakeholders in mind to ensure effective implementation. Thus, participation by diverse stakeholders is must. Besides, effective communication among and with the stakeholders is very essential. Second, part of the plan is building capacity. Building capacity is needed not only to prepare a plan but also to implement the same. Capacity building needs technical know-how in number of specialized areas and management of participatory process while preparing a plan. Building capacity for the plan and its implementation is a continuous process. Each step requires competencies and new knowledge to develop appropriate solution to resource management challenges. Third is mobilizing resources. Preparing any plan requires both human and monetary resources along with technical know-how. Participation by all stakeholders can be a costly affair. Hence, proper estimation of the budget of planning and its implementation is an essential part of water resource management. Four-phase approach is followed before formulation of national water management plans as highlighted by Global Water Partnership. The first one is identifying the water-related issues and problems that occur across a country. Second, identifying the management intervention at all levels including national, local and basin to provide solution to the identified issues. Third, identifying the capacities of the institutions at all levels, basin, local and national, as well as the constraint related to water issues to be dealt with. Strategies are made to develop the deficient part of the national policy frameworks. International strategies are required to be developed in collaboration with other riparian nations. Now let's discuss and understand the benefits from IWRM. IWRM has many benefits. Some are as follows. First, environmental benefits. As mentioned earlier, water is an integral part of ecosystems. Ecosystems can benefit by integrated water management approach. Awareness program about ecosystems and their benefits can be incorporated in integrated water management in decision making and planning for sustainable development. The ecosystem approach of water management involves protection of upper catchment. For example, good land husbandry, reforestation, soil erosion control, etc. and pollution control. The second is agricultural benefit. Agriculture is one of the economic activities using maximum water and it is also one of the major source of pollution of groundwater. Also, due to low value of agriculture production during water scarcity, water meant for agriculture is diverted to other usages. However, random reduction of water supply for agriculture can have negative economic and social impacts. Thus, the IWRM planners are encouraged to look for water management solutions, keeping in mind environment, employment, and social equity. For agricultural section, IWRM has recognized the need to utilize the water sustainability and increase water productivity. For example, more crops per drops. Water supply and sanitation benefits. Let's understand what are these benefits under IWRM. IWRM approach is to implement policies that would lead to water supply to the poorer section of the society. The approach is to increase domestic water supply as well as reduce cost of treatment of pollution substantially. To ensure every section of the society, including women and lower income groups of people, get fair share of water for their needs, representation of these groups is necessary in the decision-making board of water resource allocation. Integrated water management has pushed for wastewater recycling, reuse of water and pollution control. With higher fines for causing water pollution and strong enforcement, efficient usage of industrial water and pollution control has improved, especially in many developed countries. The benefits of controlled industrial usage of water not only have positive impact on the environment, but it also increases domestic water supply. In the past, clean sanitation system has mainly focused on removing waste from residential areas and dumping the same elsewhere, thus often having negative environmental effects on the other areas. However, with IWRM, clean sanitation system involves providing solution to reduce waste generation and minimize waste output closer to the place of their occurrence. Improved integrated water resource management could help in reduce cost of providing water services at domestic level. Now let's understand and discuss about the pillars of IWRM. The three pillars of IWRM are social equality or social, environmental and economic sustainability. Social equality. Water is essential for life. Countries need to ensure that good quality water is distributed among all four sustenance of living beings, including human. The fundamental human need is to have clean drinking water, household water and food production, for which water plays an important part. However, due to current mismanagement of water distribution, water pollution, lack of proper water treatment facilities and also multiple usages of water, a sustainable water management system is required. An integrated approach involving all the stakeholders is an effective way to handle the deficiencies in present water management. Environmental sustainability is the another pillar of integrated water resource management. This is when the present generation can use, environmental sustainability is when the present generation can use the natural resources, water, land, forest, air, etc. for their needs and development without hampering the possibilities for the future generation to meet their demands. The ecological sustainability is about maintaining the environment as well as all types of terrestrial and aquatic ecosystems. Environment sustainability can be met when all resources are managed properly without wastage and with optimum utilization. An integrated management approach is needed to be defined where water, land use and ecosystem management are merged with socio-eco-hydrological catchment management, keeping in mind different political, social and ethical dilemmas. The third pillar is economic sustainability. Water scarcity, multiple usages and increasing demand of this valuable finite resource makes it imperative that water is used efficiently. Economic sustainability in terms of water usages is to give cost benefits to the deserving sector and society. Financing challenges and costs are coverage to secure a maintenance of water infrastructure and incentives for current implementation of water saving procedures. Now let's understand and discuss the status report of implementation of integrated water resource management approach across the world. The status report shared by UN Water 2012 on integrated water management approach shows that about 60% of the world countries today have implemented strong water resource monitoring systems. Many countries, irrespective of their level of development, have shown progress on water resource management front by opting integrated approaches. Groundwater management, environmental impact assessment, water allocation systems and even demand and supply management are part of integrated water resource management program in more than 84% of the developed countries and 40% of the rest of the countries. In terms of infrastructure development, more than 65% of the world countries have implemented advanced hydropower and water supply infrastructure. but only few have implemented advanced rainwater harvesting, irrigation and natural systems of water harvesting. The scope of improving infrastructure development along with integrated approach is still immense in many developed as well as developing countries. The financing survey for water resource development shows many countries have moved forward in direction in financing for water resource development and management. About 50% of the lower income countries have shown increasing trend by their government to allocate more funds toward water development project. Also, funds have been raised from both users and polluters. However, much more needs to be done to improve the payment system for water management. Now, let's understand the challenges in implementation of IWRM in developing countries. Integrated water resource management has been accepted in many developed countries to achieve sustainable development. However, its full-fledged implementation is still a challenge in many developing countries, including India. The challenge is to maximize social and economic welfare without compromising the ecosystem sustainability and the environment. The challenge is to set up institutional framework, capacity building and developing sustainable strategies involving all stakeholders in decision making. The difference between developed and developing countries is the difference in socio-economic and institutional characteristics that affect the implementation of integrated water management. The first and foremost challenge that developing countries face is setting up the integrated management framework. Most of the time, water-related projects focus on a particular issue. Hence, integrated approach is given a miss. Such as Clean Water Project Fund is directed mainly to providing drinking water to all, while other water-related projects will focus on irrigation, flood control or hydropower specifically. Hence, funds allocated are generally used for one particular purpose. Many a time, administrative policies and law of the land does not allow cooperation between different projects, which is most required in integrated management. In developed countries, water pricing has played an important role in regulating and integrating water management. Water pricing controls water wastages and increases efficiency of water usages. However, in developing countries where many people do not get basic clean drinking water and sanitation facilities, water pricing cannot be a solution to meet integrated management. The challenge in most developing countries is the lack of financial and infrastructural capabilities to fulfill the government responsibilities, mainly in case of monitoring and maintaining water quality and usages. In a country like India, the challenge is not only to feed ever-increasing population, but also to frame water laws binding all the states with different cultural, social and economic standards, together with these centrist policies. For example, many water basins in India covers more than one state, and as per the Constitution of India, water is a state subject. Hence, often states managing water resource ignores the national perspective for the benefit of their own. The integrated approach, though may be accepted on paper by nation, practical implementation becomes difficult with different requirements and laws of different states. States in India provide subsidies for water usages for irrigation, and electricity is distributed at discounted rates for agriculture. But often, lack of awareness, distorting and wasteful subsidies impact water savings and environmental sustainable usage of water. Rural water supply and irrigated agriculture water supply often depends on groundwater, which is developed and managed by independently from surface water management. Thus, integrated water management is required at landscape level. In India, there is a need to frame such a national policy on water, which would be an umbrella statement for all general rules governing the implementation of executive and legislative powers by the local governing authorities, states and centre. There is a need for inclusive legislation for optimum management and development of rivers which crosses more than one state, and development of river valleys to facilitate interstate synchronization, ensuring smooth scientific planning of water and land resources. Now, to conclude, I can say to achieve sustainable water development, water needs to be available to all, at least to meet their basic demands. Water secure world is a necessity. As defined by UN water security is the capacity of population to safeguard sustainable access to adequate quantities of acceptable quality water for sustaining livelihoods, human well-being and socio-economic development, for ensuring protection against waterborne pollution and water-related disasters, and for preserving ecosystems and a climate, peace and political stability. IWRM strategies are defined in such a manner to ensure everyone get the benefits of water power with its minimal destruction. The focus of IWRM is to ensure clean and affordable water for every person and household so that everyone can lead a healthy life. The vulnerable section of the society, mainly women and children, should benefit most from proper water management and governance. The aim is to control water-related havoc such as floods, drought, erosion, landslides and waterborne diseases with proper water management. Water security in general would promote sustainable environmental development. IWRM brings of sectors of water management together, including agriculture, energy, industries, education, health, planning and finance. The joint effort of management by all sectors is the main focus of IWRM. Thank you, friends.